Hey, 7th graders, Mr. Allard with another one of your flip lessons. Today we're going to be working on our Proclamation of 1763, which should be on page 44 in your next notebook. It's going to look a little something like this. You should have it cut out. Our notes are going to go on the inside flap like that, right under there. There's going to be some more stuff we're going to do in the middle there. All right, well, let's get moving. All right, so let me get out of the way of the map. What did the Proclamation of 1763 do? It banned colonial settlement west of the Appalachian Mountains. So there was a natural boundary, and again, we talked about how travel doesn't really work all that well during this time period. And one of the big reasons why was just natural geographical boundaries. So the western boundary of the colonies was the Appalachian Mountains. It was tough to go west at that. It was kind of a natural barrier. But around, we talked about the population is going up. We just won the French Indian War, which gave a lot of new land to the colonies, and colonists wanted to go west. Well, the first act that the Parliament is going to do is the Proclamation of 1763, which is going to ban colonial settlement west of the Appalachian Mountains. So, why is England or Great Britain doing this? All right, so one big thing that we're going to talk about maybe should have been a vocabulary word, but it doesn't really pertain to too much, maybe a bonus question or something like this, is this idea of salutary neglect. Basically, as long as the colonies were trading with England, England hasn't been controlling them. They've allowed them to go with their assemblies. They've allowed them to kind of do a lot of self-government and things like that, religious toleration, all of that stuff. So this was kind of their attempt, new king, new parliament, kind of saying, look, you're our colonies, we're the mother country, we have some say in what you do, okay? It's also going to enforce Parliament's laws. There's been some trouble going back and forth, that big kind of disconnect between the colonies and the mother country of something in a law that happens in the Parliament happening in England isn't really carrying it over to the colonies. So they want to set that kind of precedent, or this is how things are going to be from now on. When we are one country, if something is the way it is in England, it's going to be that way in the colonies as well. The second reason why they're going to do this is going to make those Native Americans on that side happy, and a lot of those Native Americans, including the Iroquois, helped the British and the colonists during the French Indian War. So one of the things that many of the to get these Native American groups to fight was saying, look, we won't try to take your land after the war, the French will. So this is going to be kind of a nice little thank you to the Native American groups for them helping in the war, and a way to kind of neutralize the relations there, because this has been some problems, particularly along the frontier between Native Americans and colonists kind of fighting over land and things like that. This was Britain's way of trying to solve that problem. Economic gain, okay? This was a big treasure trove. So yes, they said they were gonna ban settlement there now, but they didn't say forever. So what this gives Britain the chance to do is it gives them time. It gives them the time to organize the land. They can sell the land. They can provide trade licenses. They can create new colonies out of it. It gives them a chance to make some sense of all of this and basically come up with a plan of what they're going to do. Basically, all of this land doubles the size of the colonies England had in North America. They got to have some time to figure out what to do with it. By saying it's hands off right now is going to give them a chance to kind of organize things and figure out how this, again with that mercantilist idea, how this is going to benefit the mother country as a whole. All right, so here's what you're going to kind of predict. We're going to talk a little bit more about this tomorrow in class. So on the front of your page, okay, so you got your notes under here, right? Right here on the front, this is where this is going to go. How do you're going to answer this question in 1 to 2 sentences. How do you think the colonists would have reacted to the Proclamation of 1763? Would you think they would have been happy about it? You think they would have been unhappy about it? And give me a reason why. Do not use the word I. You don't need it. Just write the question. The colonists would have been blank to the Proclamation of 1763 because the colonists would have reacted blank to the Proclamation of 1763 because I didn't use the word I in either of those starters. You can use them. Fill in the blanks. Give me a reason based on those three reasons that we talked about that England did this might make the colonists a little upset. All right, that does it for the flip lesson for today. Nice, short, quick one. Let's make sure we get it done. As always, if you have any questions for me, shoot me a text or shoot me a message on Schoology. Post a message to the board. Till then, Allard out.